thank you. Oh, in 20 years, Andrea. My goodness. I mean, your babies are grown. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for supporting Emerge. Thank you for supporting Emerge. It is so wonderful to be home and to be back with all the leaders who are here and to celebrate this extraordinary organization, which is an organization of so many exceptional leaders, those who found the courage to run for office and those who support them. Emerge, I will say something you know. Throughout my entire career and life, I have always believed in the ideals of our nation. The ideals reflected in the Declaration of Independence, that all are created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. Ideals advanced and affirmed by the service and sacrifice of generations of patriots. The ideals that ground the Constitution of the United States, that here in our country, power ultimately lies not with the wealthy or well-connected, but with all of us, with we the people. Now, of course, I recognize that America has never fully lived up to these ideals, that for all the gains we've made, the American dream has for decades been slipping further out of reach for so many, and that the American people deserve leaders who make their lives better and make our country stronger. But sadly, we have seen quite the opposite over these past few months. Now, I know tonight's event happens to coincide with the 100 days after the inauguration, and I'll leave it to others to give a full accounting of what has happened so far. But I will say this. Instead of an administration working to advance America's highest ideals, we are witnessing the wholesale abandonment of those ideals. And what we are also seeing in these last 14 weeks is Americans using their voice and showing their courage. We all know President Trump and his administration and their allies are counting on the notion that fear can be contagious. They are counting on the notion that if they make some people afraid, it will have a chilling effect on others. But what they're overlooking, what they have overlooked, is that fear is not the only thing that's contagious. Courage is contagious. The courage of Americans who are banding together in the face of the greatest man-made economic crisis in modern presidential history. Americans across the political spectrum who are declaring that the president's reckless tariffs hurt workers and families by raising the cost of everyday essentials, devastate the retirement accounts that people spent a lifetime paying into, and paralyze American businesses, large and small, forcing them to lay off people to stop hiring or pause investment decisions. The courage of Americans we are seeing who are rallying at Social Security offices to protect their hard-earned benefits. Of Americans who are speaking out to say, it is not okay to violate court orders. Not okay. Saying it is not okay to detain and disappear American citizens or anyone without due process. The courage of judges to uphold the rule of law in the face of those who would jail them. Of universities that are defying unconstitutional demands that threaten the pursuit of truth and academic independence. And I will tell you, the courage of all these Americans inspires me. And I have been inspired by the movements like the one in Wisconsin that put Susan Crawford on the Supreme Court, by the State of the People Power Tour that is aiming to ignite a grassroots movement to lift up voices and advance freedom and justice, and by leaders across the spectrum, including congressional leaders like Cory Booker, Chris Van Hollen, Chris Murphy, Jasmine Crockett, Maxwell Frost, AOC, and Bernie Sanders. All who, in different ways, have been speaking with moral clarity about this moment. So here's one of the other things I wanted to talk about tonight and to highlight. So look, some people are describing what's been happening in recent months as absolute chaos. And of course, I understand why. And it's certainly true of those tariffs. Tariffs that, as I predicted, are clearly inviting a recession. But friends, please let us not be duped into thinking everything is chaos. I know it may feel that way, but understand what we are in fact witnessing is a high-velocity event where a vessel is being used for the swift implementation of an agenda that has been decades in the making. An agenda to slash public education. An agenda to shrink government and then privatize its services. All while giving tax breaks to the wealthiest among us. By the way, an agenda that is not lowering costs, not making life more affordable, and not what they promised. It's an agenda, a narrow, self-serving vision of America, where they punish truth tellers, favor loyalists, cash in on their power, and leave everyone to fend for themselves, all while abandoning allies and retreating from the world. And folks, what we are experiencing right now is exactly what they envisioned for America. Right now, we are living in their vision for America. But this is not a vision that Americans want. We are living in a moment when the checks and balances upon which we have historically relied have begun to buckle. And we here know that when the checks and balances ultimately collapse, if Congress fails to do its part, or if the courts fail to do their part, or if both do their part, but the president defies them anyway, well, friends, that is called a constitutional crisis. And that is a crisis that will eventually impact everyone. Because it would mean that the rules that protect our fundamental rights and freedoms, that ensure each of us has a say about how our government works, will no longer matter. And if that happens, the one check, the one balance, the one power that must not fail is the voice of the people. And look, right now I know a lot of folks are wondering what's going to guide us through this moment. How are we all going to figure out how to chart the course? But that's not a reason to throw up our hands. In fact, please allow me, friends, to digress for a moment. Okay. It's kind of dark in here, but I'm asking for a show of hands. Who saw that video from a couple of weeks ago, the one of the elephants at the San Diego Zoo during the earthquake? Google it if you've not seen it. So that scene has been on my mind. Everybody's asking me, what you've been thinking about these days? Well, so in the video, for those who haven't seen it, here those elephants were. And as soon as they felt the earth shaking beneath their feet, they got in a circle and stood next to each other to protect the most vulnerable. Think about it. What a powerful metaphor. Because we know those who try to incite fear are most effective when they divide and conquer, when they separate the herd, when they try to make everyone think they are alone. But in the face of crisis, the lesson is don't scatter. The instinct has to be to immediately find and connect with each other, and to know that the circle will be strong. So I'll end with this. I am not here tonight to offer all the answers, but I am here to say this. You are not alone, and we are all in this together. And straight talk, things are probably going to get worse before they get better. But we are ready for it. We are not going to scatter. We are going to stand together, everyone a leader, and emerge. You have a special role to play. Organizing is as important as ever. Mobilizing is as important as ever. Running for office is as important as ever. So please, everyone here, please keep doing what you are doing. And to everyone, let's lock it in. Lock it in. Gear up for the hard work ahead. And please, always remember, this country is ours. It doesn't belong to whoever is in the White House. It belongs to you. It belongs to us. It belongs to we, the people. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you all.
In 2016, women woke up to the fact that it was going to take more than voting to elect the first woman president and have women leaders at all levels of government.
And Emerge was ready.
After the election, our organization saw incredible growth.
Women came to us from every walk of life and every state in the country wanting to learn how to run for office.
Our organization rose to the occasion.
In the next few years, we grew from 16 to 27 states. In 2018, we elected our first 5 members of Congress.
Emerge alums made Nevada the first majority woman state legislature.
We flipped Colorado, Maine, and Connecticut in 2018, and Virginia in 2019.
We elected Emerge's first woman governor in Guam, showing the reach of our network.
Then the world stopped.
The coronavirus forcing millions more Americans into virtual lockdown.
And we had to pivot.
But Emerge was ready. We were the first organization to come out with campaigning through crisis.
We showed women how to win campaigns,
despite social distancing and stay-at-home orders.
And Emerge grew.
From 2020 to 2024, Emerge grew our network by thousands of women.
We tripled the number of alums in office.
Our congressional caucus grew even more.
Emerge women made even more state legislative chambers majority woman.
We elected our second woman governor.
We launched innovative new trainings, including our award-winning program for women who want to run for judge, Gavel In,
and Seated Together, our program for Black women elected officials who want to run for higher office.
Donald Trump has been elected president.
Mass layoffs of federal workers, the largest deportation program in American history.
Massive tariff hikes.
But Emerge is ready.
Emerge is ready.
Emerge is ready.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Teresa Farrell, and I'm your fundraising host tonight. Who wants to have an impact right now? Because I am so fired up. Thank you so much, Vice President Harris. Thank you, every speaker up here tonight, and thank you to everyone here in this room. I can think of few things that take more courage than putting your name on the ballot. Thank you to the women who do and the women who lift those women up. Thank you. All right, so who agrees if this country's going to be saved, it's going to be saved by women? Who's with me? Yes. And no one is doing it like Emerge. Emerge is crushing it. So tonight, I am going to ask you for 3 things. The first of those 3 is time. Can you stick with me for, say, 10 minutes? Can you do that? 10 minutes to get the next generation of women in office. Are we in for that? Thank you. All right, and just as VP Harris was saying about what's contagious, You know what else is contagious? Is energy. Your energy in this room is contagious. So I'm going to ask that you all stay with me. And when somebody pledges, what do? Yes, we cheer. Louder. We cheer. Yes, that actually releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, further connecting us. And all of you watching virtually, I want you cheering too, even if you're alone in your own living room. Let's shake the ground. The third thing I will be asking you all for is money. Yes, because money moves power. Emerge is funded almost entirely by individuals, just like you and me. So hear me when I say it takes all of us. Every single gift matters. All right, you were all given a paddle when you came in. Can you find that paddle? Let's get to it. Find that paddle, please. Everyone get your paddle and wave it at me, please. All right, I'm seeing those paddles. Those are beautiful. Great. Okay, I still need some more paddles over here. Please find those paddles. I need more paddles. We're going for 100% participation. That's everyone at every table. Please find your paddle. This is how you can pledge. This is how we have an impact. Every paddle, shake it at me. Every table, please. That includes everyone. Wave those paddles. Yes. This is a historic evening. It's our first ever evening gala. We're surrounded by past, current, and future congresswomen, governors, judges, secretaries of state, and even a vice president. How about a photo? Yes, so get those paddles back up. I'm going to count to 3. And when we get to 3, we're going to hold the paddles up and shout, "Emerge women." Let's go. Hold them up. 1, 2, 3. Emerge women! Yes! Now I see you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. We have a super generous $100,000 match in our room here tonight. It's not being released to us until we cross $150,000. Do you think we can do that? Yeah, I think so too. But take a serious moment. I'm pumped, but let's take a serious moment. Everyone stay with me, please. This is really serious and a serious time. And we all came into this room tonight with a number in our head. I'm going to ask each and every one of you if you can stretch beyond that. If you can go a little bit further tonight. And yes, that stretch might hurt a little, but come November, it will feel so, so good. And if we all do that, we can change the face of this country. I will be starting this pledge. When you hear an amount that you can make a contribution at, please raise that paddle until I call out your number and I see you in this room. Are we ready? Are we ready to make a huge splash for Emerge? I will be starting at $25,000, but before I do, I want to see if there is a hero in this room tonight who could make a pledge tonight beyond $25,000. Is there anyone here who can raise their paddle beyond the $25,000 mark? Is there anyone here who can put that paddle up high for me? Do I see a paddle? I see a paddle! Hold that paddle high, please. Hold that paddle high. Will you please hold that paddle so I can say your number? Thank you, 456. Thank you, 456. What amount are you able to do, 456? I'm coming back there. This is a pledge beyond $25,000. What are you able to pledge tonight? We're making this happen. What number are you able to do?
Listen, we're at Blue. We're here to make this possible.
Great, okay. Fantastic, thank you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm now at my $25,000 level. Who here tonight can raise their paddle for $25,000? Thank you. 219. Thank you so much. 219. Thank you. That's $25,000. It costs about $50,000 for a boot camp. We're halfway to a boot camp. Anyone else? $25,000. Thank you so much. Let's go to $20,000 in honor of our 20th anniversary. Who here tonight? I see a $20,000. 172. Thank you. 172. Anyone else tonight? $20,000. Is there anyone else here tonight who would like to raise that paddle at $20,000? Thank you guys so much. I'm moving to my next level of $10,000. This reaches 200 more women from the new American majority, Black, Brown, Indigenous, LGBTQ+, and young women whose voices have been left out for far too long. Who's with me on that? And who can raise a 10,000 paddle? Beautiful! I'm seeing paddles. 237. Thank you, 237. Keep yours up. 239. 239. 317. Thank you, 317. 416. Thank you, 416. Over here, 132. Thank you, 132. 289. Thank you, 289. Woo! 178. Thank you, 178. Can anyone else go in at $10,000? That was beautiful. Let's keep going. $5,000. Let's expand our national training programs to support more women. 117. Thank you.